Brilliance Audio.
American Seoul by Helena Rho, performed by the author. She stood at the crossroad, not weeping, just leaking a constant stream of tears. Dust from a passing car covered her face, her clothes, despite her turning away, closing her eyes. She glanced down, brushed at the red-brown film blanketing her yellow dress. It was useless. The relentless sun, the blazing blue sky, summer in the southern inland of Korea was unforgiving. The army barracks, still visible in the distance, seemed to undulate in the heat. Nothing marked the bus stop at the crossroad. No shelter, not even a bench. She stood under the withering sun and waited. 2 small suitcases at her feet contained her worldly possessions. Tears created rivulets down her dirt-coated cheeks. 8 months pregnant, she was returning to the home of her parents in disgrace. A failure. The humiliation of crawling back to her father's house pregnant after a ruined marriage was too much to bear. She squeezed her eyes shut. She never thought she would be in this position. At least her friends would be surprised. Hyunsun, the perfect princess, was their nickname for her. Not only did it speak to her privileged world of servants and gardeners and trips to the cinema to see the latest American film, but it also described her single-minded desire to be the heroine of the larger-than-life movies she loved. But it all came to a stop with her marriage. The start of her husband's obligation to the army, as mandated by Korean law, marked the beginning of their life together. She, who had never seasoned soup because of the servants in her father's employ, learned to cook in one-room barracks. She'd never thought the sewing and knitting, required of her a good Korean daughter, would be used for practical things like maternity dresses and blankets, rather than decorative things like doilies and teapot covers. She hung her wash outside on a clothesline, like a peasant of the lowest class. Her husband was a doctor and a yangban, the coveted aristocratic class of Korean society. His family lineage could be traced back to the daughter of an emperor of the Joseon dynasty. Her ancestors were from the merchant class. Their marriage marked an elevation in status for her family. As befitting more modern times, their marriage was not arranged. Her cousin and his best friend engineered their meeting, which occurred only after the approval of both sets of parents. During their courtship, they were not permitted to be alone. She remembered her trepidation during their meetings, stealing looks at him with her head bent and eyes lowered. Kung-nae was handsome, a little too dark-skinned to be considered gorgeous, but still good-looking. He seemed to have a lively personality, outgoing and warm, if a little impulsive. He was a surgeon and dedicated to his work. She so admired passion and purpose, qualities that were, after all, forbidden to her. As a woman, she was not supposed to harbor ambition. She was supposed to marry, have children. She knew he was the Changson, the oldest son of the oldest son, that all-important, highest-ranking male of his generation. A patriarchal line that stretched back 500 years. His family expected her to have a boy to continue the succession, but she was not worried. Her mother had borne 3 sons. She was certain she would give birth to the next Changson. And when she had a son, she would become a beloved daughter-in-law.